Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Modern Mining. I would say good morning, but if you notice by the light behind me, it's a red day in the market and it's been red a lot of this week. So I wanted to quickly get a video out on this crypto crash. Should you be worried? And I'll give you my thoughts on it. And up front, I'll just say I'm not super worried, but there's still some details that we should probably look at just to make sure if we need to make any moves or not. So if you haven't been paying attention to the market, good on you. You've got better conviction than I do. You could see right here, it's been pretty brutal the last 7 days, especially for like the altcoins that we're mining because they're so much smaller. So this is just the main page right here. And you know, when like Dogecoin is down 30%, Cardano is down 30%, that the coins we're mining are going to be down even harder than that. So this is my portfolio sitting at $8,000. If you're new to the channel, I always share my full portfolio with you guys just to be fully transparent on how much I've mined, how close I am to making back the money that I invested into mining. So definitely subscribe if that interests you. The full transparency thing is definitely something that's not super common on crypto YouTube. Now, let's take a look at my portfolio. So like I mentioned, if the main coins are down, then my coins are going to be down even more. So you can see like Lithium, Caspa, Aleo, Zilliqa, Chlor, all down 30% or more over the past 7 days. The awesome thing though is xelis only down 1.6% in the last 7 days. Literally outperforming every other coin in my watch list. xelis continues to be incredibly strong for the market cap that it has, and this is definitely one that I look forward to holding, and I expect to see big things out of it. Bitcoin is really not doing that bad considering how bad this market crash has been. So let's take a look at just the last month. I bet we're only down to December 10th prices, which is 10 days ago. So there is a lot of people who kind of overreact to these market crashes, and don't get me wrong, this is pretty bad one for altcoins, especially because we just erased all of the gains we saw like a couple weeks ago where altcoins were flying. Just as an example, my portfolio peaked at 9,600 about 12 days ago. So definitely significant drop since then, since I'm sitting all the way below 8,000 now. But Bitcoin not doing too bad, only down to what it was 12 days ago. So keep that in mind. Bitcoin is going to be the main dog here, and obviously altcoins are going to fall more than Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is holding up relatively well. One thing that you should always ask yourself when these crypto crashes happen is this a specific to crypto event, or is this a sort of whole global macroeconomic event that's also affecting stocks? And if it is affecting stocks too, then that makes me feel so much better about my crypto holdings, because I do believe that they're going to come back. If stocks are getting impacted too, that just means that the whole market is having a fit. It's not just something crypto related like new regulation or something that could actually have a meaningful long-term impact on crypto's price. And so just to highlight that here, let's take a look at the S&P 500. You can see it basically fell off a cliff. And if you didn't know, all of this is from the FOMC latest meeting. They decided they were not going to cut interest rates as much or as often as people thought going into 2025. And that has kind of put a scare to the market. But deep down, I think this was probably somewhat known. And I do think we are going to see a bit of a recovery, though there may be some more bleeding before that happens. So let's see, we went from 605 all the way down to, if we look at pre-market today, we're down another 0.71%, so down to 580. So what is that, like 3% drop on the S&P? Nothing too crazy, but definitely correlates with the exact timeline that crypto started crashing. And then let's take a look at QQQ too. I basically only look at the S&P and QQQ or the NASDAQ. I find those basically just weed out all the noise, and that's where you can get a good concentration of basically what stocks are doing as a whole. So QQQ is down another 1.3% as a pre-market this morning. It is 6 a.m. right now. I got up real early to make this video. But we can see that QQQ is down from like 540 all the way down to like 500. So definitely more like a good 5% drop on the QQQ, which is pretty significant. So that's a good sign, at least, unless you have a ton of stock holdings, that it's not just crypto and the whole market is kind of upset here, which does make me think that we are going to see a bounce back eventually. I briefly mentioned xelis here. Just Can't really get enough of how strong Xelis has been. You really can't even identify this drop on Xelis's 1 month chart. It's been incredibly strong, which is great for us miners because Xelis is still very profitable to mine at 11 cent kilowatt hour. You're still making about 10 cents per 3070 GPU, and realistically that's probably a little higher once you get your overclocks dialed in. So as long as this number is nowhere close to zero, then I'm honestly happy because that means I can continue mining and dollar cost averaging into the market. Something that I've been doing lately, I know you've seen a lot of my how to mine X, Y, and Z coin, and I have been switching rigs onto different coins to diversify a bit. I've got another one of those coming out this weekend. But another thing that I have been doing is actually solo mining Xelis, and I've had some mixed results here. So this is my viper.net solo mining page, and you can see I have 3.5 unpaid Zell, which is about $31. But the key question here is how long has that been building up? Because if that's in 1 day, that's pretty dang good for my farm, and solo mining's been worth it. But unfortunately, it's not in 1 day. This has been about 2.5 days. So I should be sitting more at about $50 actually. And I'm testing out the solo mining thing for probably about a week, and we'll see how it does. But you can go to blocks here, and it's super interesting to see basically your luck on if you got lucky on these blocks or not. And you can see that the one I hit just 4 hours ago was a bad one. It basically took 2.5 times the amount of time it should have taken to hit a block to hit one block. So that's pretty unfortunate. In the time it took to mine this block for $12, I should have had almost $30. But I am going to let this run a little longer because you can see the very first day I did get a block in 1/5 of the time that it should take to get a block. So I'm curious to see, does this continue with the bad luck, or am I going to end up making a lot more money? The person who inspired me to do this is Death Valley Mining. He has been having insane luck. He's been getting a block like every single day on an 8-card 3070 rig. So I decided I might as well test it out with my whole farm. But so far, not looking so great. I'm spending about $15 of power a day, and yesterday I literally did not get any crypto for it. So maybe we'll get super lucky and hit like 10 blocks today, but let's see. The main thing is Xelis is still profitable, and that's awesome. So there are a couple good things about this whole crypto crash. The first one being that this is not technically unexpected or breaking any historical norms. This is a tweet from Benjamin Cohen. I love following him for basically crypto strategy and kind of market analysis. And he's pointing out that basically in January 2021, we did see a peak in Bitcoin dominance, meaning that altcoins fell more than Bitcoin did exactly 4 years ago, basically. So this isn't unexpected. And look what happened shortly after in that February, March, and to June timeframe that we've been calling out a lot of when we probably need to sell our altcoins. There is just a giant red candle on Bitcoin dominance, and this period right here, which should be coming up within the next 4 or 5 months, is when we're going to want to be offloading our coin. So this drop definitely sucks. It's taken a huge hit on the portfolio, but they should be coming back hopefully within the next 4 to 6 months. So keep that in mind. The other great thing here is that my AI trading bots through PIONEX are just going to the moon with all this volatility in the market. I've been adding more and more bots to this. I even moved in some of my Ethereum from 2021, and you can see I'm getting 38% APY on my Ethereum right now just from buying and selling and cashing it out to USDT. I basically made $13 just yesterday off of this grid trading bot, which is pretty dang crazy. And what's even crazier is if you watched my latest video on these AI trading bots and this potentially risk-free 50% bot, I'll leave that link to that video up here, is that I actually am getting somewhat close results to that 50% over a sustained period of time. So this USDT bot right here, I've got $532 in, and it's already made $3 in just 4 days, and it's sitting at 45% APY. And this is switching between USDC and USDT. So basically, I'm just holding cash here and making 45% on it. And I'm probably going to honestly sell one of these and buy some more Bitcoin with it while it's sitting around the 90K range. Because it was 107K like 2 days ago. So pretty good opportunity there. This one though is at 0% because I set this one with a super low range, and basically the price of USDT just has not gone that low. So this bot's range is like from here, right here, all the way down to like right here. So you can see there's barely any wicks that are going that low. Where you're really making the money is in this range right here. But let's check out the other ones. So I have multiple different ones at different price ranges. I'm planning on making a full video on this soon, but this one is sitting at 41 APY on $500. This one's only sitting at 10%, but again, it is in not a great price range. Now, let's see, my Bitcoin bot has been getting 12% on my Bitcoin. That's pretty nice. And my other USDC bot, 33% here, 16% there. So all over the place, but a few of them are sitting at that 45% range, which is absolutely nuts. So honestly, don't mind this volatility. Now, if you're interested in these trading bots, I will leave a link down below, as well as a playlist of videos I've made on them. I do really like these things, and most of my mining rewards go straight to PIONEX to compound some of that growth. It is a US exchange, so that definitely caps some of the risk of keeping assets on an exchange. So that's it, guys. I wanted to get this video out quickly for you. Don't sell your coins. The market is going to get better. Stocks are down just as much as crypto. Don't be too worried. I'll leave some videos up here to check out in the meantime, and have a great holiday season. Peace.